Okay guys, so this is a very, very, very popular topic with a lot of you guys. Hopefully you can see the whiteboard. It is how to fix low libido and erectile dysfunction, lasting longer even, but we'll focus on libido for this one specifically. It's life-changing. If you've got a real problem here, you've not had morning wood in months or years, I mean, that stuff is only going to get worse over time as you get older. This helps to reverse things naturally, very, very quickly. So let's get into it. So the first thing you want to look at here, I mean, hopefully you can see this bit. It's total testosterone is the first thing. That's 800 to 1200. This is the kind of ideal range for libido, as well as things like muscle and all the other stuff. 2 to 3% of that you want as free. Estradiol is extremely important. If it's too high or too low, your Johnson will stop working. Estradiol is just as important as testosterone. It's just that most men tend to have too much of it these days. You want it to be 10 to 40 picograms per milliliter, and that's really, if you want to get more specific, it's probably more like 15 to 30 is the ideal. Too low, you'll have no libido. Too high, it just won't work. So extremely important. DHT as well is very important, and DHT it's going to be 80 to 100 nanograms per deciliter. If you're falling short on DHT, and most men do, that could explain a lot of libido problems. So these are the kind of numbers you want to go for when you're getting your blood work done. If any of those numbers are off, they could explain things straight away. But some other factors here to look at. Stress, so cortisol, especially chronic cortisol, which is difficult to measure in a blood test, but chronic cortisol, chronic adrenaline being too high, or in other words, stress, is an absolute killer when it comes to libido and all things bedroom performance, because your body is in that fight or flight mode, and when that happens, your veins close up, your arteries close up, blood flow is restricted, and the point is that it keeps it away from your extremities, hands, feet, arms, legs, and your sexual organs, and puts it towards the vital organs around here, and as a survival mechanism, because your body thinks it's going to get attacked. Stress, you've got to get them down. I give you very, very detailed advice on how to do this. There's Cortisol Control, the ebook, it's good, but it's not as current and as up to date as the course, the brand new video course, which I've linked below, which you can pre-order. Essentially, the main things are going to be things like sleep, sun, nutrients and vitamins, certain supplements, and just stopping the mistakes that you're currently doing. If you're training 6 days a week, you're messing your sleep up, you're on your phone, working, blue light, stressful thoughts at 10 p.m. Like, you've got to cut the stuff that's just nuking your stress levels right now. Like, you've got to cut that stuff out. The course shows you everything. The third factor to look at is things like, I call them aphrodisiac foods. Supplements play into this as well and can be quite powerful. The full stacks, again, are in the course, but things like pomegranate seeds, raw beets, raw garlic and onion, and L-citrulline, and a bunch of supplements. They're great because you can blend a shake together every morning, down that shake, get all those antioxidants, get the various nutrients and vitamins that help to open the veins up, relax the arteries every morning, which is a really good idea. And you know this stuff works because on the back of I think like Viagra and Cialis tablets, the boxes. The one thing you can't take these drugs with is things like grapefruit and watermelon, because the two of them do the same thing essentially, and they don't want you to overdo it. So there's a warning on the back of these drugs saying don't take these with grapefruit, which is kind of a sign that, you know, you why would you rely on Cialis or Viagra when you can have similar effects from foods and supplements? Like, but the aphrodisiac foods are definitely things to look at. Supplements as well. Really helps with blood flow, really helps with all of that good stuff. BPAs are a big one. If you get them wrong, they're going to cause problems. So basically plastics, deodorants, shampoos that get into, you know, your brain essentially. Certain products that you're rubbing all over your genitalia, and these are estrogenic. They are endocrine disruptors. They are going to cause issues, especially with the ones that come into contact with your Johnson. Again, I think if you're like 35% body fat, I wouldn't worry too much about this stuff. I just lose the weight first. But if you're already lean and you're having problems, this could explain it. So replacing those with BPA-free alternatives is the solution here. It's pretty much the solution. It's not much else to it. And then the fifth thing to look at is kind of controversial, but it's specific training down there that improves the blood flow and the vascularity, that I'm not going to talk about on YouTube because I'll probably get banned, and I don't particularly want to talk about it. But there's a lot of specific exercises you can do that, I mean, you can see this over time. The vascular system develops further, kind of like when you gain a bunch of muscle on your arms and legs, and you lower the body fat as well. And this is where it's a little bit different because you don't store much fat down there. But when you're lean and you have more muscle, the veins become, I mean, I've not got any pump on right now. The weather's not even warm, but I have all sorts of veins. I don't know if you can see them properly. I never used to have these as a teenager because I wasn't as jacked, I wasn't as lean. And it's the training that has developed the need for more of those veins, because I need more blood flow to carry the nutrients and everything else. It's a similar kind of concept. You build the vascular system, it enhances the long-term blood flow. And then when you combine it with these other factors, it's quite powerful. And it's controversial, but there's a bunch of YouTube videos. You can search them right now if you wanted to, that you can see in the comments section. There's a lot of guys typing away saying, yes, this works. So if you don't believe me, just search for them on YouTube. But I'll get into more detail in the future. I don't want to talk about it on YouTube. Gelking is essentially the foundation of this. But I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to get banned. But those are the big 5 factors. Get them right and they will change your life. Somewhere in there, this is where your problem lies. If you've not had morning wood in ages, the answer is in there. And if you want, like, I've kind of dropped a few hints at solutions here. If you want like the complete comprehensive picture for this stuff, the brand new video course is linked below. You can pre-order it for a massive discount. It's not going to be discounted for very long, kind of like what I did with the DHT Dominator course. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll obviously answer, and I'll be glad to help. But this video course could absolutely change your life if this is currently a problem for you. Tons of videos of me with the whiteboard in there, really walking you through every single, these 5 factors and a bunch more, plus Excel spreadsheets and documents. showing you the exact diet you need to eat, showing you all the supplements you need to take. There's not too many, by the way. And these are not liver taxing supplements or anything like that. And leaving no stone unturned. So definitely check it out. Links below. Any questions, just comment and I'll help you out.